Oh hey, how's it going? Nighttime Alex here. I thought I'd just do a quick like off the cuff video because today I spent 7 hours making a 30-minute video, which I'm sure no one is gonna watch. I want to make a dedicated video about how pleased I am with how this is going so far. I'm like a week in, I have like 800 views and like comments and stuff. It's really nice, but um, I was just gonna do a really quick video about what introversion means to me. I've always kind of been like, am I an introvert? Am I an ambivert? Sometimes I even feel like an extrovert if I'm kind of in a particularly good era and have like great friends around me and stuff. But at the moment, I'm feeling like the most introverted man alive, um, but in a good way. Like to me, introvert feels like not quite a slur, but like it feels like it's implied that it's bad. Like you should be an extrovert. At least in my head, it's just like clearly that's the way to be, and it's kind of lame to be an introvert or something. And I think for sure in the past I've been like more introverted than I would have liked just out of social anxiety. So then if you're using introvert as like an interchangeable word for someone who is socially anxious, then it is like, yeah, it's a shame to be socially anxious. It holds you back. But a story for another time. My social anxiety completely went poof in February of this year. I had a like taste of enlightenment experience that just like made it vanish, which is great. And a really great thing about that was I feel like since then I've had a much clearer sense of who I am, like behind the social anxiety. And yeah, I'm comfortable with people. I like spending time with friends, but I'm also realizing I am, like I said in my previous 30-minute video, I spent the entirety of the September of 2024 pretty much just in my apartment in Toronto, learning Ableton and making a song every day. Really didn't socialize at all for the entire month until the final day before I left Toronto. And I had a great time. And also, I've just moved back in with my mum from Toronto for the foreseeable future while I like create shit and just like figure out what I'm doing. And I told a friend this, and he's like the ultimate extrovert, and he was like, "Oh, how do you feel like social isolation wise?" And yeah, I think that's his kind of extrovert brain talking, and I have not felt isolated at all. And I also watched a interview with Donna Tartt recently, the author of The Goldfinch, and a few other books, which I think like really clearly encapsulated this for me, like the reason I just don't feel isolated and really don't think I could in a way. Um, I'll play the clip now.
There's a great quote from you, which the philosopher Karl Popper talks about living in three worlds. World one is New York City, what we both see when we walk out the door. World two is subjective world, New York as I see it through my eyes. And then there's world three, and that's where Plato's Republic is. That's where Dr. Johnson's London is. That's where Oz is. I've always been most comfortable in world three.
It's true, yes.
Yeah. So you're most comfortable in what? How would you characterize it today?
In World 3?
Yeah. Where is World 3 today?
Well, the World 3 today was Switzerland. I was reading Nabokov, Transparent Things, and I was in Switzerland with Hugh Person and Armand.
Yeah.
So that's where I was today, in the 1930s.
So yeah, even though right now I'm living in like a random village in England, I don't have a car at the moment. Like my friends live in London and like different countries, so I'm not seeing anyone in person. I see my family, it's like a very small family. I just really don't feel isolated because I have this like third world. Like I have books, and YouTube counts too, just like watching Saturday Night Live videos and stuff, just and Reddit and stuff. It just, I have this like community in my head and all these interests and like excitement to make dumbass videos and songs and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I it's really just not a need. Like I feel like my social needs are being met just by reading Harry Potter fan fiction. There's a huge part of me that cringes at this and is like, people on Reddit or like people in books are not real friends, and like you should have real in-person community and stuff. But I've had eras when I've had in-person community and I haven't really even used it, and I've just wanted to do my own thing anyway. So yeah, I'm really like, I made a video a couple days ago that was just like the life-changing magic of not giving a frick. I had to change it because I got a like content warning. But yeah, just kind of allowing, yeah, I think I'm kind of a bit of a weirdo. Like most normal people, my like well-adjusted friends who I used to really want to be like, have like big friend groups and they see them all the time, and you know, that's great. And I've kind of had that in the past before, but like I just don't think that's I think I'm an unusual person who is very happy to be alone like a lot and be working on my own stuff, and it's really exciting and it's energizing. So it's just like, yeah, okay, I guess that's like ultimate introvert vibes, and that's cool and fine. So there's always so much to do. Like I have lots of interests and passions, and I feel like I could, as long as I have access to the internet, I could just be content for the foreseeable future. Like don't need to live anywhere fancy. And that's the thing, I've like lived in London 3 times in my life. And I always hit a point because I go like, oh, I should live in London, right? I'm like young and it's like the city to be at, and like my friends are there. So like, yeah, of course, London. But then I get there and I remember like, oh, I'm really content, as lame as it kind of feels sometimes. I'm really content just in my room at a computer, like working on projects, like, yeah, following my interests. Like, why am I in the most expensive city ever? It's silly. So yeah, weirdly, I haven't figured out what the next chapter will be, but I don't think London. I think I'd really like a cabin in the woods era. I just can't actually find a cabin in the woods. I like the kind of Bon Iver thing of just like going and living in a cabin and making stuff is really appealing. Goodbye, see you tomorrow.